All right, law number 87, take the road less traveled. All right, so let's take the road less traveled. You're already on it. Just taking a look, opening this video, watching it in hopes of improving yourself. This sets you far apart from the herd who has no interest in those kind of things. And while this lecture might typically focus around hard work, dedication, consistency as being the road less traveled, we're going to take a little different direction. And I want to take you in a different direction deep inside the pathways in your mind, the less traveled pathways in your mind, right where all the action is. And what we're talking about is creating new and improved neural circuits, neural pathways, new pathways in your brain. I mean, literally, all of your thoughts, behavior, skills, and performance are physical neurologic pathways inside of you. Okay, and so here's an example. You get pricked in your finger with a nail that shoots through your spinal cord, up through your brain, and back down to cause a reaction, pulling away from that nail. But these wires are the physical piece of meat that I'm talking about. They're real structures. And here's a simple picture of one of the neurons. Okay, these are well known and studied. We know how they act, but we know that we can change them. And we know that we can improve them. We can know that we can get rid of bad ones. We know that we can speed the conduction of good ones and make those pathways faster and stronger. And don't believe me? Well, here's an actual picture. It's not voodoo or spiritual or woo woo. It's just a plain physical piece of meat. Okay, we'll stop with that now. But sometimes we create pathways that are just like ruts in our mind and we get stuck. And it's like a bad habit. A bad habit is a pathway in your brain that's activated on cue and creates problems in your life, just like these ruts, and you get stuck in them. So here you go. Could be a bad habit, and you just get in it and you're moving forward and you cannot get out of it. And it's not until we can get rid of these ruts and replace them with a better pathway that you can get out of that bad habit. Because otherwise, you will get stuck. Really stuck. So we'll try to make this as simple as possible. As simple as breaking bad habits and building good ones. And we all know what good and bad habits are. Like so many things in this world, we were taught this in grade school. And we got to realize, unfortunately, these bad habits often run on autopilot. You push a button, and the bad habit gets downloaded, installed, open, same thing every time. Yeah, and these get ingrained in you, and it's just this neural start every time a trigger or whatever happens. It's just like when you drive your car. Okay, when we're young and we learn how to drive, it's difficult. We have to learn all the rules and how to operate the vehicle. But as you get older, grown adult, most times you get in your car and turn it on, drive across town, and come back. You don't remember anything you did to drive that car. It runs on autopilot. And so these automatic programs get installed deep inside our subconscious brain. And it simply just runs when you push the button. And now, through the current explosion in the field of neuroscience, we know these bad habits. They create damage in our brain, they create cognitive decline, dementia, Alzheimer's. And a lot of this is just scarring of the brain from all the irreversible damage. And it's catastrophic. But the answer lies in all the decisions you make each and every day of your life, because this is cumulative. And this affects not only your long-term health, but it affects your fitness and your health now. It affects your performance. For athletes, this is a big part of their state of performance. But you can break through AI, really. But fortunate for us, we know this process is amendable to change. You can change and grow. You can rewire your brain, and you can go through, this process of neuroplasticity. And we can take a look at some of the highlights right here. So our brain can adapt, create new connections through learning experience. We can make old pathways weakened. We can, realize recovery and healing. We can rewire pathways, improve our memory and skill, and create new pathways, strengthen old ones, strengthen the beneficial ones. And if you want to go in depth in a scientific review article, here's a recent one: Neuroplastic Brain Current Breakthroughs in Emerging Frontiers is a great article if you want to get up to speed on the potential that lies within you and your brain. Let's take a look at a couple simple examples. Say you need to get through this path here. You need to get through it as fast as possible. Well, you're not going to travel very fast in the state of this old pathway. It's rarely used. There's rocks, tree roots, gravel. It's a mess. And here's another road that has not been maintained, has fallen into disrepair. So if those are neural circuits in our brain that we need to strengthen and improve, and those are critical to our health, fitness, or athletic performance, how do we fix them? Well, the bottom line is it takes work. You got to do something. And so in the case of our roads, we look for a guy like this. He's got an excavator, and we can start clearing a path. And once it's cleared, you start laying a new path. And then you consolidate it and harden it. And now we've got this new superhighway. And you start using it at the speed of light. And these new neural pathways fire stronger signals, and it creates a new and better you. And here's just one simple approach of how you would accomplish that. What you need to do to create these new pathways, to remove the old ones, create new ones, strengthen those, and start using them. And while our road example might sound a little silly, that's exactly what goes on inside your brain when you get rid of old habits and you replace those with new, better habits.